It started with one, then some joined, and more joined, and even more. And after 6 years, we became 20,000 strong. If you are watching this, you are the Multiverse Core. Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. 6 years. We have been making those videos for 6 years. We will take a look a bit at the history of the channel. We'll take a look a bit a few. I'll show a few extra goodies at the end of the videos that I'd never showed, like some illustrations, stuff like that. And we'll talk a bit also about the future of the channel. But first, I have to say thank you guys. I haven't mentioned it for a while, but without you guys, there would be no subscriber and there would be no one watching this channel. So thank you for supporting the channel. It means the world to me. Some of you sometimes ask, why did I start making this channel? It's quite simple. Our friend Spittle on the DC Universe Online forums mentioned that there were players who were struggling with that very first mission, the very first Brainiac mission that we played to be able to start playing DC Universe Online. There were a lot of people that were quitting the game right there and then because they were struggling with that one mission. So I figured foolishly, let's make a video to try to help out those people. And that's how the channel really got started. And also, often I'll see people who try to get the perfect video, the perfect channel before they even start their channel. Don't do that. Just jump into the fray. If I had waited to be able to have everything perfect way back when, I would still not have published a single video, because if you go back to my first videos, it was far from perfect. And also at first, I didn't have a name for the channel. I had no idea what to really call the channel, so I went with a name like Heroes. I had tried to come up with a comic called Heroes years before, and I figured, let's call the channel Heroes. I thought I would have called it Heroes and Villains, but turns out I only called it Heroes. And I found this very old screenshot that I made way back when with the Heroes title. And already from this one screenshot, you can see that a lot of things changed in DCUO. Way back when, also was using my Magneto First Class character, which is a character I've used for quite a bit. Also, you can see way back when we did not have a Superman emblem, so I had to use the Justice League emblem for my Red Sun Superman character, or even the Batman. My Batman character, I did not have the Batman emblem, and even the Batman call. Way back when, we did not have the Batman call in the marketplace just yet. Another question that often comes back is, why the name Multiverse? How did you come up with the name Multiverse? It was a happy accident. As I mentioned early on when I started the channel, I called the channel Heroes, thinking that eventually if I came up with a better name, I would just change the name of the channel. And then with this discussion in the forums about creating whatever characters we wanted, there's always this belief that there should be only one Batman in DC Universe Online. There should be only one Superman and so on. But when you start playing DC Universe Online, the very first thing that the game does is that it introduces your character to the multiverse. So you would figure that right there and then people would understand that no, there can be multiple Batman. There can be Batman from Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 2056. There can be as many Batman as we want. There can be as many Superman as we want. Sadly, people were stuck in the belief that no, there can only be one Batman. I guess it comes a bit from the fact that when they started the game, they were pushing very hard the idea that the next legend is you. So they really wanted people to create their own characters. They did not want people to create iconic characters way back when. And so a lot of the players that are, let's say, older players, they're stuck in the idea that you have to play your own character. The next legend has to be you. So through that discussion, basically I was mentioning that the very first thing the game does is introduce you to the multiverse, and I had an epiphany. I had a flash right there and then. I thought, holy crap, multiverse. That is the name I have to use for the channel. And that's pretty much how I came up with the multiverse name, pretty much by accident. Which brings me back a bit to what I was saying earlier. Basically, create your channel, and you will make changes. Don't try to get everything perfect from the start. You will make changes as time goes by. And here, basically, I was able to, with time, I was able to change the name of the channel, or even come up with some of the things. Like at some point, people were saying, you should come up with a name for your subscribers. Like Angry Joe calls his subscribers the Angry Army. The Blockbuster Buster calls them the Legionnaires, or the Legion. So at first, I didn't know what name to use for subscribers, and then again, it hit me as time went by. I had again a flash. I thought heroes and villains. players are playing heroes or playing villains, and everyone watching my videos, everyone watching my channel are either heroes or villains in the game, and sometimes both. So at some point I realized that, holy crap, heroes and villains. So that's why for a long time I would start the game just with like a hi guys or something like that. But eventually when I realized that no, heroes and villains, that's how I started my videos now. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. It might still change. I might decide to come up with something else later that will replace the heroes and villains. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But basically the channel has evolved as time goes by. It didn't start perfect. Believe me on this. And you can go back and watch some of the older videos, you'll see what I mean. And as time went by, the channel did evolve, not just with the name or the Hello Heroes and Villains, but the thumbnails. I keep on trying to find new ways or better ways to try to make the thumbnails. I don't always succeed, and also I keep on changing them. Sometimes I'll change something that I think will be for the better, and after a while I realized that maybe not. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea. Although at the end of the day, whether I put the thumbnails or not, doesn't really seems to make that much of a difference. I have videos that have what I thought was a terrible thumbnails that did well enough. I have videos that I thought the thumbnails was perfect and barely had any views. So I guess the thumbnails, maybe it helps a bit, maybe not. I have no ways to really verify whether it actually does or not. But usually, if I come up with a better idea or a new idea for certain thumbnails, I'll try to do that. Sometimes I'll try to go for something just iconic, like the Batman symbol that you see right now. At some point I tried a few things, like the VS, like Nightwing versus Deathstroke, or Nightwing versus Sinestro. And it was okay, but it did not seem to make much of a difference. And in the end, I don't really have a way to be able to know if it actually made a difference or not. So overall, I do have a template for my thumbnails, but I try not to stick to it too much. If I get a different idea that I think might work better for certain videos, like the VS that you see right now, I'll give it a try. If it helps, it helps. If it doesn't help, well, it doesn't really matter. But I've tried a lot of things. I've tried to put some black backgrounds on the thumbnails. I'll try to put some white elements in the thumbnails. I tried to put the text to the right, then I went to the left, then I went back to the right. So I try to experiment as much as I can to try to come up with a better version of the thumbnails. But again, at the end of the day, I have no real way to be able to know if the thumbnails really make a difference or not. I guess I could try to have a poll and ask you guys your opinion about the thumbnails, whether some thumbnails are better than others, or maybe at the end of the day, you don't give a rat's behind about the thumbnails and you just care about the videos. And as I'm recording this, we are just a few days away from the biggest update that DC Universe Online ever had. Basically, we are going to get game update 41, the House of Legends DLC. It will be the biggest update we've had in a while, and it will literally change the whole game. Every single missions will be affected by the new update, and it will add a whole bunch of new stuff and of new systems to the game. It will add new stuff like the new ally system. It will add some new iconic weapons in the game. That seems to be very popular, very well received by most of you guys. You guys do seem to be very happy that finally, at long last, we will have a whole bunch of iconic weapons in DC Universe Online that we did not have before. And from now on, all the episodes will be free for everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're a free-to-play player, a premium player, or legendary player, everyone will have access to every episode for free. I've already made quite a few videos about the new update, at least those I could make on the test server. Obviously, on the test server, things are different sometimes than the live server. Sometimes by the time items gets added to the live server, there's a whole bunch of changes that have happened in between. So I guess we'll know for sure in a few days. Once we actually get the DLC on the live server, then we'll be able to see exactly how the allies work, how powerful or not so powerful the allies will be. We'll be able to see also how the new system works for the combat rating, relevancy, and all that good stuff. So as soon as we get the new DLC, obviously I will make a whole bunch of videos about the new stuff we will get in the new DLC. And I've mentioned we did cross a few milestones this year. It's not just the 6-year anniversary, but also we crossed the 6 million views some time ago. Also, we had our first video that crossed 100,000 views. So this year has been a pretty good year so far. And also for some time now, I've been using some of my own artwork either in the thumbnails or in some of my videos. Although sometimes also I will show some artwork that is, let's say, highly inspired by other artists. Often, usually, those are not really artworks that are meant to be seen. I just sometimes if I want to experiment with a new, trying to experiment with a new texture or new idea, it's easier sometimes to start using something as a starting point, as opposed to trying to come up with everything from scratch. I do everything by myself. Multiverse is a one-man operation. So all the artwork you see, all the videos you see, the editing you see, everything you see is a one-man operation. So sometimes when I try to experiment a bit, I cannot start from scratch. I have sometimes to take a few shortcuts to be able to experiment a little bit. Like at some point I was toying with some ideas like Titans of Evil or something like that. But at the end I just used Let Them Fight when I posted this artwork. So sometimes I'll experiment a bit, and if I'm just doing some experimentation, sometimes I won't really do the artwork from scratch. I'll use something that already exists and I'll try to tweak it, or I'll try to like the multiverse. I've been trying to come up with a new logo for the multiverse for quite some time, and I haven't really liked what I found so far. Or sometimes I'll use some of my artwork for like the thumbs up, or to share the videos, or to subscribe and all that good stuff. And I guess we should talk about the future of the channel a bit. I have quite a few ideas. Basically, there's an option on YouTube where you can have members. So I'm toying with the idea of having some sort of membership. I'm just not sure exactly what I'll offer. And also, I don't want to gatekeep people from important stuff. Like, I'm hesitating a bit because I don't want to put videos behind a paywall. So I'm still working on the idea of having some sort of membership. And also merchandising. Something that some of you guys, one of you guys some time ago suggested that I should have some evil merch. And it's something that I've been thinking about quite a bit. So I'm toying with the idea of having a membership, having maybe a merch store with a whole bunch of either evil merchandising or maybe just some multiverse merchandising or both. I'm still working on that. I guess I'll come up with a poll at some point to ask, do you guys want to have some evil merch? Do you guys want to have some multiverse merch? Would you support that kind of stuff? Is it something that interests you? I guess I'll have to ask you guys at some point in the future. So depending on what you guys show interest in, we could have posters, we could have t-shirts, heck, who knows, maybe down the line we could have some sort of comics, a multiverse comic. I could easily come up with the origin of multiverse comic and work my way from there. But again, I'm a one-guy operation, so looking into all those options, it takes some time, it takes some work. Also creating that artwork also requires time. Which is why sometimes I'll have to take shortcuts to be able to come up with some of the artwork or some of the, I guess you could see those as placeholders for future artwork that I would like to come up with for like posters and t-shirts and that kind of stuff. I guess it would allow me to be able to gauge your interest and see what you guys would like to see in the future. So thanks to you guys, the multiverse has been growing for the past 6 years. We've crossed 20,000 subscribers. We have over 6 million views at this point, and it is all thanks to you guys. So let me know in the comment section, what would you guys like to see? Would you like to see some merchandising? Is there anything you would like to see? T-shirt, posters? I'm not sure exactly when I will come up with a multiverse store or an evil store. I'm not sure exactly. Again, I'm still juggling with a lot of ideas. Would you guys show any interest in a multiverse comic? Who knows? So let me know your suggestions in the comment section down below. It should be at the very least interesting. So as always guys, thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye guys.